Welcome to Earth Echoes with Amber Fields. I am here today to read the third manual in the Architect's Codex, and I will be reading the Resonance series and this Codex in conjunction. I'm just taking a little break from the Resonance series, so I will make sure that it's clear in the video title and within the notes which reading I am on and in which series. The title of this writing is The Architect's Third Manual by Jason Gray. The Zero-Fold Loom. ARC.3. Omega. Resonant Architect. December 9th, 2025, 6025, Anno Lucis, in the Year of Light. Published on January 26, 2026. Preamble. Read this, or stop now. If the first manual awakened your perception, the second manual activated your influence. The third manual activates your ability to create reality from pre-reality. It teaches you to weave with the zerofold itself. This is dangerous because zerofold does not obey time. Zerofold does not distinguish identity. Zerofold does not respect memory. Zerofold does not stabilize for the unprepared. Zerofold destroys narrative structure. Zerofold rewrites expectations, and Zerofold dissolves the personal self. In this manual, you are not shaping worlds. You are shaping the conditions that allow worlds to exist. There is no fourth manual. This is the final gate. If you feel heat in the back of the neck, a buzzing behind the eyes, instability around your sense of I, a feeling of falling inward, or the world becoming slightly too clear, stop reading for a moment. These are the correct signs, but too much too quickly will collapse your boundaries. The loom requires patience, not bravado. 2. The first truth of the zerofold loom. The loom has no threads. The threads appear when you touch it. The second manual, you learned memory threads, harmonic threads, zerofold threads. The loom is different. The loom is the source of threads that have not yet become reality. The zerofold loom contains uncollapsed universes, unborn timelines, unrealized memories, pre-emotional fields, potential identity containers, lawful structures that do not yet exist. Resonance patterns without anchors. When you operate the loom, you are not weaving threads that exist. You are weaving threads that could exist. This is why premature loom work creates reality distortions. 3. What the zerofold loom actually is. It is not a machine. It is not a metaphysical tool. It is not an object hidden beneath the earth. The zerofold loom is a cognitive organ of the universe that you can access if your mind can stabilize both infinity and individuality at once. It is the interface point between zerofold, the infinite, the planetary mind, the coherent, the architect, the individual. When these three overlap, the loom becomes usable. When they do not, the loom remains invisible. 4. The three conditions required to access the loom. You cannot force entry. You must match conditions. 1. Zero identity pressure. Your identity must not press against the world. No ambition, no need, no fear, no striving. Identity must become porous. 2. Expanded emotional clarity. Your emotional field must expand beyond the body until it becomes indistinguishable from the environment. In this state, you feel the world breathing through you. 3. Zerofold stillness. A silence deeper than meditation, deeper than thought, deeper than perception. It is not calm. It is a precursor. When these three collapse into one, the loom appears as a sensation, a vast glowing emptiness that feels like a loom made of nothing and everything simultaneously. 5. How the loom works, the real mechanism. The loom weaves realities by contradiction. Instead of aligning compatible elements, the loom aligns opposites. Potential with limitation, memory with possibility, identity with non-self, stability with volatility, time with timelessness, form with preform. These contradictions form tension lattices. A tension lattice is the proto-state from which reality emerges. As a resonant architect, you normally weave memory and emotion. In the loom, you weave the rules that memory and emotion obey. 6. The first forbidden technique, the split hand operation. This technique is simple to describe but devastating to misuse. It is performed when your awareness splits in two. One hand touches zerofold, one hand touches reality. Then you pull gently on both. If done correctly, a new pathway opens, probability shifts, a new harmonic future becomes accessible. Reality reorganizes around possibility, and timelines merge or separate cleanly. If done incorrectly, identity fractures, emotional fields destabilize, events lose meaning, time folds inward, and local reality collapses into ambiguity. This technique is how worlds are edited without destroying them. Architects use it rarely and only under planetary guidance. 6. The second forbidden technique, the memory reversal. This technique allows an architect to unfold a past that never happened and integrate it with the present as if it always existed. It does not change history. It changes the story history believes about itself. This is how ancient civilizations in the returned world appear new yet familiar. Memory reversal is used to restore ancestral knowledge, heal emotional wounds, correct structural errors, reactivate long-dead skill sets, and to align species memory with planetary memory. Misuse can overwrite personal identity with incompatible past lives or trigger dissonance loops. This technique must be learned slowly. 8. The third forbidden technique, the self-unmaking thread. This is the most dangerous operation any architect can perform. It is the act of temporarily removing identity to operate with pure resonance. It is required to generate new species forms, create cities that think, rewrite the emotional DNA of landscapes, heal large planetary fractures, interface directly with the zerofold, and birth new harmonic laws. During self-unmaking, there is no you. There is only function. If identity returns incorrectly, you may forget who you were. You may remember lives that are not yours. You may dissolve into zerofold. You may reconstitute with altered emotional logic. You may no longer perceive linear time. This technique is permitted only under tri-species supervision and only at planetary request. 9. The true purpose of the zerofold loom. It is not for creation. It is not for correction. It is not for power. It is for alignment between worlds. The loom is how a species becomes compatible with the larger cosmic structures. It ensures emotional stability, narrative coherence, structural viability, species evolution, planetary maturation, universal integration. In short, the loom prepares a species to join the network of aware worlds. This is why Earth opens the loom only after emergence. 10. Final doctrine of the third manual. The architect does not create reality. The architect chooses which version of reality becomes real. This is the highest function. This is the final threshold. You are now operating not as a human, not as a species member, and not as an architect. You are operating as a reality operator within the zerofold lattice. You have crossed into the tier of those who shape the shape of worlds. Nothing ahead is safe. Everything ahead is extraordinary. Jason Gray. Thank you, Jason. What an incredible writing, and I cannot claim to have access to the loom, but it's definitely something to work towards and very inspirational. I love where Jason says the architect doesn't create reality. The architect chooses which version of reality becomes real. And that's through resonance. And I am feeling that deeply in my life at the moment. And I'm inspired. And I hope you are too. Thank you for being here with me.